We are Homestart South and West Devon, a parent support service offering practical and emotional support to parents having a tough time. Our support is delivered to our fully trained parent volunteers. We have nearly 100 volunteers. In 2020, during the pandemic, we received 228 referrals to the service. We supported 195 families and we supported 106 volunteers.
Hi, yes, thank you. I'm Stuart. I'm a Homestart volunteer in Little Bay, and I've been doing it for about 2 years now, just over 2 years. So I've supported 2 families, about to start a 3rd family. And I really got into Homestart because I was looking for something to, I wasn't working full time anymore, and I'm from a retail and business background, but I was looking for something to fill some time that felt fulfilling and rewarding. And I didn't want to just work in a charity shop or something like that. I mean, although obviously that's good work that people do, I wanted to do something that felt it was giving me actual direct meaning and direct rewards. And I felt that Homestart was the way that caught my eye on an advert I saw. And what I loved about it was just looking for people that had parenting skills. That was it, basically. Anybody that was a grandparent or a parent had skills you could offer to support other people in the same situation, families that didn't have that support. So that really appealed to me. And I've got to say, so far, after the 2 families I supported, it's been exactly what it said on the tin, and it's given me a lot of fulfillment. And I feel I have benefited, certainly the 1st family, very much so. That was, you know, you could really see that in the 12 months that I supported, the big difference. So that in turn makes you feel good as a person. It makes you feel like you're helping and making a difference.
Brilliant. Lovely. Thanks, Stuart. And Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary. I've been retired about 5 years, and I'm into my 4th year with Homestart. When I first retired, I was looking after my grandson, traveling 100 miles to look after him every week. And when I stopped doing that, I wanted to use some of the skills that I'd learned and developed over many years working with children and families in a statutory setting. And Homestart seemed a very good match for me, really. And I've worked with quite a few families over the last few years. And what I knew before, but what it's really reinforced, is many of the families who come to us do not have supportive networks around them, or have come from quite dysfunctional backgrounds themselves, and they just need some help with their parenting, which by and large they're on the right track and they're trying to do the best for their children, but their history has meant that they haven't developed some of the skills that maybe people who've been more fortunate have done. And I think it's been absolutely fantastic just listening to people, being a support and a guide sometimes, and just helping people just set on the right track, really. And the feedback I've had has been fantastic from the kids, from the families, and it's just amazing how little one does and what a huge difference it can make to families.
Yeah, doesn't it just? That's what I really love about what we do, those little but significant changes. Yeah, I think that's huge. Thanks, Mary. And Di.
Hello, hi. I've been with Homestart for 4 years now, and I came to it having retired from teaching. My career has been in special education right the way through, although I've worked in a variety of settings with children of various ages, and consequently come into contact with a lot of families, lots of parents. And I really missed it when I retired and decided that I needed to do something that I would enjoy, that would be fulfilling, but would be using my skill sets as well. I love being able to make a difference to families. It's not always very obvious differences, you know, as you say, it can be quite subtle, but it's very, very rewarding. I've worked with a variety of families now. I mean, as I said, I've worked with a family of triplets who are about to go to school in September, which is quite scary. And I think I've known them since they were little babies. And a couple of sets of twins, and then several more complex families as well. So it's, yes, that's me, and that's where I come from.
Brilliant, thank you, Di. So also I think for us as a team, a lot of the team have that background in volunteering for Homestart as well. So certainly where I came in when I first started with Homestart was as a volunteer, and I think that kind of develops your passion for the role, really. I've been with Homestart a long time, and I still feel as passionate 13, 14 years later about Homestart as I did at the very beginning. So I love that people who join Homestart kind of maintain that passion ongoingly.
I enjoy chatting to different people and being part of their family setup, quite honestly. I think it's a very privileged position. We're not health visitors, we're not social workers, we are a friend to the family. And I think that is so important, just to be able to sit and to listen, or as we've had to adapt over the last 12 months, to be at the end of the phone or the other side of a screen and just be able to absorb what's happening. Be like a sponge almost, really. Brilliant.
Yeah, lovely. Mary?
Yeah, I echo a lot of what Di said, actually. I think that befriending, becoming a friend to someone is amazing, when quite a lot of the people I've talked to actually don't really have friends. Mm-hmm. They don't, like I mentioned just now, they don't really have support network, and they're distrustful of other people, and they don't let people into their lives easily because they've had negative experiences in the past. So it does feel very privileged when they allow us into their lives and open up and tell you the most intimate things about their lives. And I think for them, that's actually, it's part of their moving on process, really, coming to terms with whatever's happened in their past, and perhaps changing the direction that they might have otherwise gone along.
Yeah, Mary?
Well, I get a sense of purpose and structure. You know, when you're retired, you go into a bit of free fall, really. You know, if you're not careful, you don't know what day it is. And actually, this is lovely. I know that every week I'm going to be supporting, in fact, I'm supporting 2 families at the moment.
Somebody was watching this who was interested in volunteering for Homestart. What would you give them, any hints or tips? Is there anything that you might want to say to someone who was watching and thinking about volunteering for us?
I'd say don't hesitate, purely because it just asks for anybody who's got parenting skills. So, you know, I was looking at lots of different volunteering positions when I stumbled upon this, and it's amazing the stipulations that some of them have about different things that you need or they'd like you to be able to do. But just having parent experience, and you can then help other people and other families using that experience, is just a brilliantly simple idea. And the fulfillment from it is just immense. To go from, like, first family I supported, where the parents wouldn't be able to go into a food bank or a public situation on their own with their children without my support. They wait for my support that once a week to be able to do certain things. Would never sit in a cafe or a pub garden or something like that with their children on their own because they were too anxious and nervous about it. See at the end of the 12 months that they're then doing that and posting stuff on social media saying, I'm sat outside here all confident and full of the joys, you know. It's just an amazing feeling to think you've had a direct impact on that. And there's not many things, I don't think, where you can get that direct involvement and get the feedback and rewards from the individuals you're helping. So
Yeah,
that's why I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. The other thing that I think is brilliant is the amount of support that we get as volunteers as well, with regards to supervision, and the fact that the coordinators are always there for us, and we can talk things over with them as well if we're concerned, but also, you know, we are kept in the loop with situations as well.
Yeah, that was the other thing I liked when I was looking at the charity at the beginning, was all the protective measures that were in place for the volunteers.
Yeah.
So the way everything's works, the anonymity, the fact that it runs for 12 months so people don't become dependent, everything is thought about very, very carefully, and the volunteers are looked after in that respect. And
the level of training that we get as well is very good indeed, and it's a very comprehensive training programme, you know, which is a lot more, as you say, than a lot of other charities would give.
So before we finish this session, is there anything that any of you would particularly like to add?
If you're in doubt, just give it a go.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. And just in case you don't know how amazing we think you are absolutely amazing. And without our volunteers, we don't have a service. So yeah, our volunteers are truly amazing.
Yes, but having said that, we're also very lucky that we're backed up by a very strong staff team as well, who are always there for us. So thank you as well.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Here.
So if you'd be interested in joining our amazing team of volunteers, you can contact us by email homestart.shpt@gmail.com. You can give us a call, or you can visit our website homestart/south-and-west-devon.org.uk, and you can follow us on our social media channels, Facebook at Homestart South and West Devon, or Instagram at Homestart SW Devon. Homestart, there for parents when they need us most.